So, welcome to Sojourner Saint, the podcast where we navigate the noise with discernment to make sense of today's world. So, today we're going to dive into the recent news that Amazon Prime released an edited version of It's a Wonderful Life. So, It's a Wonderful Life, it's a Christmas classic. Jimmy Stewart plays George Bailey. He sacrifices his dreams to kind of help his community out. Over time, though, he loses hope and kind of feeling like his life is meaningless. Comes to a point where he goes to jump off a bridge when an angel named Clarence interrupts him in the process. So he talks to Clarence for a little bit, and George wishes he'd never been born, and the angel grants his wish. So right after that, George kind of experiences community as though he was never a part of it. The close-knit community of Bedford Falls, which is where he lived, becomes Pottersville, which is a grim, kind of chaotic place dominated by greed under Mr. Potter's control. George comes to appreciate his life and then the positive impact that he's had on others, and that's kind of where the movie kind of wraps up there. That entire sequence where George experiences life without him, that's what was removed. It's about 20 minutes. That sequence is the heart of the story. It shows kind of how one's life can impact others, and without it, George wouldn't have the same realization of his worth, and the audience wouldn't see the direct consequences of his absence. It provides that emotional turning point where George moves from despair to gratitude, and the central themes of community and being interconnected with others in your community and the value of each individual just isn't clear. That alternate reality without George demonstrates these in a way that no other part of the movie can. Clarence, the angel, his mission is tied to showing George his worth through that experience, and removing it kind of removes kind of his importance for his role in the movie, and it doesn't make any sense. So here are some reactions online to this release by Amazon Prime. Okay, so let's navigate the noise. So I went to Amazon Prime to take a look. I have not watched the abridged version. I did skip ahead and kind of see where the area is that was removed. I know the movie very well. I just watched it almost every Christmas growing up. The title in Amazon Prime clearly states it's an abridged version. And maybe there are those who don't understand what that meant or to what extent it was abridged. But it does mention that. Right alongside it, when I did a search, it shows the full unabridged versions in both black and white, and color are also available. And when I searched, they were right at the top of the list, with the abridged version kind of below them. I did search through Amazon Prime and kind of see are there other movies that have abridged versions of them. I couldn't find any, but that doesn't mean maybe my search wasn't accurate, or I don't know. I did do a search though. When I was younger, though, I remember movies were edited for TV to kind of fit within that 2-hour time slot. Streaming, though, doesn't have that limitation, so I'm not sure why Amazon chose to remove this portion of the story and kind of create that abridged version. One thing where, though, it's and we may never know that. I'm not even sure, though, whether that's in an Amazon Prime specific version. I was unable to find an abridged version of the movie anywhere else, so as far as I know, it was only put out by Amazon. But like I said, the other full versions were there and at the top of the search list. So if you haven't watched it yet and you want to watch it, you can still view it for free on Amazon Prime. You can pick the original black and white version or the color version. And if you want to check out the abridged version, like I said, I didn't watch the whole thing. I understand the movie and I understand what was left out. I honestly wouldn't recommend it. But the other ones are there for your enjoyment. So thanks for joining me on this episode of Sojourner Saint. If you enjoyed today's topic, be sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, and leave a comment. The media loves clickbait and rage bait. Sometimes those stories are accurate, but often they're just sensationalism to get your attention. So don't be afraid to dig a little deeper, get past that first layer of headlines. And until next time, keep navigating the noise with discernment. Thank you.